Hey, we're
Go away, woman.
live. We're live, and we're gonna play some D&D. And yeah, how's everybody doing?
Woo.
Good.
Awesome.
Can we get a TPK tonight, maybe?
Yeah, you might get your Christmas present. The
I
belated
thought
Christmas
I'll,
present.
I don't know if we
we
were as
got a
close
strong
as we
hardest.
thought we were. It felt
I don't
close
know.
last
I went
time.
down twice. I
It
went
did.
down
Oh.
twice.
I'm at 1 hit point.
Yeah, see?
Oh,
Not
we need
good.
to look at that, yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
good either right now.
Couple
So
times that I was like, if it hit me.
yeah. So what we're gonna do here is oh, hey, Darkside, welcome. Could we have? I need Brad and Lullaby to each roll me a d4, please.
Sure.
This sounds like a trick,
Oh, it is.
It definitely is a trick.
It is.
doesn't it? It's like straight up a trick.
Did that go through?
Yes, it did. Thank you.
There you
Okay.
go, Bradius.
Now, so the spiders are dead. I think we went through the treasure last time, right? There was
No.
there was 300
No.
there was 300 silver pieces in amongst the cocoon bodies here, as well as a gold necklace and a silver bracelet. Did we not do that last time?
No, we just finished combat and that was it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So in amongst the the cocoon bodies and scattered among the floor of the many victims that the spiders have brought here, you find 300 silver, a gold necklace, and a silver bracelet. None of it stands out as being magical. It looks just pretty mundane. You find someone wearing the necklace, you find someone wearing the bracelet, and the bodies look like they've been down here a very long time. Like they are drained of all their fluids and dry, hanging from the ceiling, stuck to the wall. However, there are a number of fresher looking kills, but they all look like corpses to begin with. Like you have a feeling the spiders have been nabbing zombies from above and bringing them down here, or the occasional zombie maybe wanders down out of the city above. And just to sort of bring everybody up to speed, so we're in the sewers, we're beneath the city of Shulta, and Shulta is sort of this cursed city with the populace was transformed into zombies, and the city, part of it got washed away when the waters came during the death of the sun, and as well, there is a tower known as Spellreach Tower, which lies inside the city, and that's where you're headed. You're trying to find your way through the underground sewer system to Skyreach. So yeah, that's where we're at. The party has just defeated a big mama spider and her brood, and I think, do we have someone who's unconscious?
Someone took like 2 mortal wounds or something.
Yeah, I think it's Lullaby.
Yeah, Lullaby
Flat
has
out.
taken some horrible wounds.
I did.
Hi, Artemis. I don't know though. Are you at 0 still, Lullaby?
I'm at, yeah, because I died twice.
Yeah.
I basically dipped below 0 twice.
So you have, and one was a really grievous scar that reduced your charisma by
Yes.
1. And the other one was going to leave a scar
Moderate.
nonetheless. But
Yeah.
where would you like those positioned on your body?
Well, I think my face, clearly.
Okay, the scarred.
And like, yeah, I mean, like maybe like, I mean, I'm no Brad, but maybe like right below my eye, like giant, like punctures right into my cheeks.
Okay,
I'll be the elf with the big fat cheeks,
okay.
like a chipmunk or a guinea pig or something.
So that's
That's horrifying.
that's your major scar. Where's your
Okay.
lesser scar? Because you got a lesser scar as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, maybe like on my neck, it's like a like a war wound. Someone's like, "Hey, what's wrong with your face?" And I'm like, "Hey, bud, look, I got it right in the neck. What's wrong with you?"
It's a war hickey.
Bastard.
War
Yeah,
hickey. These spiders weren't messing around. They went twice for the face, and left you horribly scarred. So
I think that's good though.
But everybody has 1 hit point right now, at least. I think nobody's unconscious.
I am unscathed.
I should be unconscious.
Listen, halfling, don't.
Otherwise, I don't go 0. I mean, otherwise I don't get that roll, right?
That's right.
So I'm at least 0 unless someone. Oh wait.
What?
Yeah, no.
What do we as a party have for healing? I have 1 healing spell I can cast, but I'm at 1 hit point. Where are the rest of you guys at? Let's do a quick stock.
I think there was a potion, but it was used to bring Lullaby back up.
Yeah, I think that's it. So I think we're out of healing potions, right?
Waste.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just
all right. Well, I'm gonna. What are the rest of what are you two ladies at? You got 4, and Brad, what are you at?
I think I'm at 5 unless I forgot that.
Okay. And I know you're going on Scave Fin, so okay. I'm gonna put my I'm gonna cast my healing spell on Lullaby.
Okay.
And so I just,
so
just gotta roll it here.
You're casting Cure Light Wounds?
Yeah, Cure Light Wounds I can do once a day.
Okay.
You're my hero.
Yeah. So I just casted it, and
Ooh.
what does it? Looks like it didn't do anything.
Cure Light Wounds, range,
Ugly.
duration.
Yeah.
No, you have to roll the d6 separately. So
Oh, I have to roll.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's what it. Okay.
So
Not
you're
a big
rolling a
d6.
d6.
No whammies.
D6 plus 1 for hit points back to Lullaby.
Okay. Here's a d6. So I've
Come
just
on,
rolled
baby.
that. So 2 plus
2.
1 is 3.
You get 3
That's
hit points
better
back,
than
Lullaby.
Zip. Okay, I'm on it.
It's better than a kick in the ass with a frozen boot.
You know what? I should have gone with that as my second scar. Dang it.
In your ass?
Whoa. Just like in the how about the general area? Let's just
Your lower back.
Your butt cheek is. Yeah, this is awkward. I made this awkward. I'm sorry. Okay.
You're not.
No, perfect. I can't wait. Okay, so I am.
I'm changing it from neck
back to fighting style.
I'm changing it from neck to buttocks.
Yeah, perfect. You want to see it? There it is.
If it bit you in the buttocks, then you were obviously running away, like, right?
It does mean he gets all the ice cream he wants to eat.
I was trying. I was trying a ninja move and some Kawapiria and. Is that right? Some
Okay.
voodoo kicking.
So what would you like to do, gang? Everyone is at least on their feet and mobile, but nobody's in particularly good shape.
I'm in good shape.
Thank you, Finn.
Shut up.
Finn
My
will remind
character
us.
died last episode
You-
or 2 episodes ago. I think I deserved 1 good episode. You know.
Yeah, you earned your 4 gold pieces. Good job.
Yeah.
Or was it 3? I can't remember. I'm bad.
I think it was 5.
I don't remember how many it was.
10. It was 10.
It was almost 3.
Aloha Tux, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Okay, so is the party going to stay here in the spider lair, or what are we doing?
No, I think we should probably go this way because that's towards where the layer, where the tower's supposed to be. I think that's what we had deduced.
You think you're sort of in the general area of the tower. Like, Finn had a pretty good look at it. It's got to be close.
Mm-hmm. So I think we should go in this direction. At least that's my vote. How do you all feel?
About the tunnel we passed.
We came down this way through this tunnel.
Yeah. What if that was the wrong choice?
Hey,
You're walking to a giant mama spider.
big bads hide where you need to go, not where you don't need to go.
And we just
I mean, what? You can always just explore everything.
and the
Yeah,
big
that does it.
the big bad came from here, so that's where the big mama came out of. So
Yeah, she was sort of wedged down in there.
so we know this area is now clear.
I remember we already started this route. Might as well continue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so as the party sort of pushes down that tunnel where the big mama spider was, it quickly becomes very choked with webbing. She has made quite the little nest for herself back in here. She would not have been able to be flat on the ground. She would have had to always be on the wall or like pinched up into the roof, and all her webbing sort of goes in that direction as well. The water sort of just very slowly, sluggishly plods along through the tunnel. But if you want to continue this way, you're going to have to contend with a massive amount of spider webs.
What about up?
Yeah.
the path?
Yeah, that's what the I think that's
Yeah,
fine.
that's a good idea.
Mm.
Okay, so you're going to
Unless we want to
backtrack
burn the
it.
spider web.
You're going to backtrack it to here?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Unless we want to burn the spider webs.
that might be
Okay.
Done, but
they might be too soggy.
might be more
Okay.
spiders on the other side too.
Well,
That's
ahead
true, too.
when you
No.
guys come back up to this ahead, you can see. I don't know if you can see it on your map. It is showing on mine. There is there's some sort of a bridge or something that arches over the waterway, and it looks like a large chamber ahead.
Okay. Let's
Is
go
it
that way. I
anything,
guess.
anything I can scout out more than that with my infravision, or is that about it? Same.
Is your infravision longer than this? 1, 2, 3,
60 feet.
4.
No.
So there's 20. Yeah, and I'm only showing you 40. So you can
Which
see.
is fine, but-
So Lullaby, you can see beyond that there is a very large chamber ahead. It's It's like a barrel chamber. It's got a rounded roof, and you can see multiple bridges spanning the waterway.
Okay, I mentioned that to the party, and just as an aside, the infravision, if I see anything that's registers heat,
Yeah.
if you'll just let me know, and then I'll relay that to the group as well.
Sure. Okay. So I'm gonna
Right
move.
now, just it looks like a bunch of bridges. Let's go.
All right, let's go.
Okay, so you enter this chamber here and maybe step up out of the water. There is a large barreled roof. It's like a rounded roof, and a number of alcoves, and steps leading up to sort of these arched bridges that cross the sewerway. And the room feels less like a sewer and more like a chamber that's been built, and the sewer just happens to run through it.
Conveniently, of course.
Yes.
Bleh.
Upon closer look, these little alcoves to the side are actually there's just these massive footings built here, and they're extending into the room and creating these alcoves. And as you look at the stone, the room is incredibly reinforced. The masonry here is not like there's these massive like cyclopean blocks that you would see in like I want to make them akin to something you'd maybe see in an Egyptian build where there's rather than these little tiny stones like that would build the sewers out, these blocks are huge. You are in the sub-basement of something very large.
The kind of foundation for a really tall something.
Like a tower?
Yeah, like maybe a big old tower.
I'm no engineer, but I think we're here.
Yeah. Where do you guys want to go from here?
Are there any like stairs or doorways in here, or in any of the alcoves that are like hidden?
Okay.
I'm looking for traps and secret doors.
Okay, so you guys take a. I'm just gonna move the piece into the room a bit more. Over here, you do see a set of stairs ascending. The room is very. This chamber has the moisture has left sort of a mildew, sort of damp smell everywhere. Down at the end, down here you can see a door. Not stone. Just a wooden door bound with iron, and there is a gate in the waterway preventing anything moving further up the tunnel or down the tunnel from either direction.
Well, how do we
I think the
feel
door
about
looked
leaving a
promising.
door? Yeah, we don't want to leave a door to our back if we're going up. Never know what's in there.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay.
I'm taking the doors away
Yeah.
from me.
All right. So you guys
Before
move across the chamber. Sorry. Go ahead.
that's right. Yeah. Before we pop it open, I want to give the door a listen. No. We can move to the door.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
No, that's fine.
I just wanted to make sure that we're listening. I'm using all my elven talents right
Yep.
now.
So you don't see anything sort of trap or secret door worthy, and when you get to the door and listen, it sounds quiet. You can hear.
Sounds quiet.
You can of course hear the dripping and running
What?
of water.
All I hear is dripping and running water.
What?
Okay.
Ah, shh. Gosh, my ears.
Yes, Captain Stealth with us clearly.
Yeah, so I don't hear anything at the door, so there's probably nothing back there. And I
Well, we
don't
should
see any
stack up
traps.
just to be safe, right? Like we're all pretty banged up. So
Yeah, but you should stack farther behind.
yeah. Get my
Have
shield
that-
up.
Okay.
Yep, and have your turn undead ready to go, and just in case there's bad guys
Yep.
in there. I'll go
All
first.
right.
I'm not afraid.
Lullaby does, before, as everybody's sort of getting in position, Lullaby does notice that the door does have a lock and a keyhole,
Oh, dang it.
and it looks rather reinforced as well. It's almost like a metal box built into the door. It looks pretty heavy duty.
Yeah,
You're up, Brad.
I don't think we're going to be able to open this. Let's get a sneaky person to do it.
It's Brad. Captain Stealth. Let's go, buddy.
Does Brad want to see if he
Let's
can
go.
open the lock?
Of
You
course
said
he does.
Steve.
There should be an open
said-
lock check on your character sheet. You can give that
Oh boy.
a roll.
Play the Jeopardy. Ah, there it is. I actually found it the first try. Woo.
Did we get it? No. Brad starts to work away at it and cannot get
What a shock.
the lock to let go.
Let's, you want to try to break it down?
Yeah, I do.
Strength
do it.
is not my suit. I'm a bit of a weakling.
Is
I've
that
got good strength.
is there any strong amongst the party? There should be a door.
I have a 16.
Yeah, there should be a check that you can make on your
Yeah,
character
but it's on
sheet.
the ability. On the ability stuff. Do you want me to roll by myself or combined, or how do you want to do that?
I can help you.
All right, let's kick it in.
Yeah,
Where's
there
Think
should be an open door dice there. If you click
Yep,
that,
I see
Yep.
it.
Yeah. Yes. So the two of you put it into the door, and it gives way. A little softer than you expected. The dampness down here and time has obviously gotten to it. And I will do some.
Does the lock mechanism come loose? Like as we bust the door, does it joggle loose somehow, or find?
Sure.
Because I think I think we should keep this, and maybe we can, if it's a good lock, maybe we could sell it, or we can, when we have our own castle, we can install it as like a little memento of our time here.
We're moving in together.
Yeah, heck yeah! How else do you
Oh,
defend
yeah.
a castle? Can't do it by myself. I got look at these dumb cheeks. No one will take me seriously. Nobody.
So beyond, you see a chamber with a number of, the walls here are covered in sort of a browny, yellowy mold up in the. Basically, anywhere where there's a corner in the room, there's sort of this brown, yellowy mold caked on. It's quite heavy in here. And you can, I'll just move you in a bit. Don't worry, I'm not going to move you in and then kill you. Just so you can see the map. And then there is the waterway that cuts the room in half. And another portion of the room, and this side of the room does not have that yellowy mold. And the mold is concentrated in the corners here and here in the south end of the room.
Sound like what my sister would know about.
Yeah.
No idea if this looks like toxic.
And also the walls of this chamber are not like the big room that you just came from. We're back to the small stones and the masonry work that you would expect to see in a large city sewers.
Does it look like
Yes.
that's the end? That's
Yep.
the end of the wall up here. Like there's nothing that goes further, or is that just we are not seeing it all because we're?
Let me check here.
I don't know if there's anything right here. Because if there's nothing on the other side, like
no, it's a flat wall there.
Right.
I don't. I mean, unless we want to hop in the water and go downstream, I think that the value of hanging around here might be negligible. Is there? Can we see anything like in the corners that might be covered in mold? Shapes that are familiar, like armor or people or daggers?
No, nothing like that, and it's not that heavily caked on. And
Okay.
you know,
Okay. Because nothing's moving. I look up, nothing's moving.
no, and you do notice an absence of spider webbing here. You know how the previous tunnels were they were always dangling or choking the tunnel down. Nothing like that here. This is just.
I suspect they
regular
might not have been
stairway.
able to get in. I mean, they might not have been able to get in here.
Mm-hmm.
Can I scooch closer to the water and look down the waterway?
Yeah, absolutely.
And by say scooch forward, I didn't mean into the mold.
No,
Okay.
I got you. So you look
Is there anything?
you look down, and the tunnel with your infravision, it just stretches on, and the water is just very slow and sluggish here. Again, you can hear familiar sounds of echoing of the dead walking above through the different access points of the the drainage pipes and things like that.
Okay, but I mean, just my suggestion is we could probably leave this room, do a thorough search of the big ante or the under chamber, I guess, and then go up the stairs.
Yeah, that's my thought.
Yeah.
So like a detailed search of the other room instead of just wandering around.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So the larger room here.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. I think the other one, the bang for the buck, is too small.
Okay. So the group splits up and starts doing a pretty thorough search of the room. Over by the steps here. Let's see. Let's make a random roll here to see who finds it. Finn.
Yeah.
Over by the steps here, you find the long dead corpse of a man. He wears tattered red robes, and around the cuffs of the robes there are
Feathers?
there's embroidery
Okay.
of eyes.
Ooh.
Like
Yeah, that's nice.
it's sort of it's a pattern that just looks like circles at first, but when you get closer, you realize that the embroidery is actually of eyes on the sleeves. Now, the robe is in horrible shape. The rats have gotten at it. Chances are, this man's bones are picked clean as well as they are because the rats or spiders or something got at him down here. So he looks like he's been here a while. The way that his body sort of is awkwardly lying, you almost wonder if he fell down the stairs.
Mm.
Now, long
So-
dead, not undead.
Mm.
Does
Well, I mean, people that get pushed down the stairs or fall down the stairs generally, I mean, not always do it themselves, right? And it's probably hard to push yourself down the stairs, but you know what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
So we should probably be careful going up.
And
Maybe
the
a good
could be
and
stairs.
the stairs are built the same way that this chamber is, incredibly sturdy looking, and their flat steps are of cut stone and look very well made.
Do the eyes look like they might be the same as the eye on the shield?
Well, the eyes that you saw on the orc shields were really crude.
Clavas.
Yeah, really crude. But you think that they're probably this is probably no coincidence. Like you're thinking these eyes are due to Clava and the
I know this
Gorgon
might be
Queen.
distasteful for some, but I'm gonna take the robe, even though it's in terrible shape, and try to stick it in one of my sacks. I only have two because I'm really poor. And then when we get to the stairs, I'd like to check for traps one more time.
All right.
Unless
So
unless
you take the robe
trap.
you take the robe off, and a couple of times the fabric starts to tear, but with a little bit of work, you're able to get the bones and the robes separated, and you fold it as best you can. It is really in rough shape, but you get it packed away in your pack. And then do you want to give me a trap roll for the steps as Lullaby checks it out? Just so you know, I think like everybody can have a peek around for suspicious stuff. An elf just gets a special roll for the traps.
Okay.
So Lullaby, the steps look fine. The steps look fine.
Look safe to me, people. All my
right.
fears are unfounded.
Ascend.
Okay.
That being said, I'd like to go
Elsie!
last.
That being said, you'd like
Hey.
to go last.
Hold up.
That being said,
As Lullaby finishes saying that and sort of steps away, Lullaby, you feel very faint for a second, and your one knee buckles, and you sort of drift back against the wall at the bottom of the stairs. Your head fogs, and you take a moment to take a breath. But everybody sees this occur.
do I feel like this is because of maybe air quality, or because of some pressure or poison in my veins from being bit twice?
Well,
or...
you're guessing that the spiders, I mean, you got a pretty serious bite to the face from the one spider, and you have to wonder if its venom is starting to work.
Okay. I just make it clear, if I fall in these dungeons, please carry my body to the... I don't care, whatever.
We'll see
let
how
me-
it goes.
Yeah, put me in the river and let me coast on to the great beyond. Is that a place?
We'll try to float you across to the Elven lands.
Not as a raft,
Like a
though.
Viking funeral.
That's rude.
Set on fire.
Have to shoot the fire arrow in the canoe.
No, I
Miss
can
6
do
or
it.
7
Please
times
let
before
me
you hit
shoot.
it.
With
Let
basic
me keep
rules,
shooting.
with basic rules and dice rolls the way they are, you might be firing all day at that raft before you hit it.
Oh, I forgot to put
This
the
one
fire.
for sure.
So Lullaby, after a few moments, this whatever this is sort of passes, and you get your strength in your legs again, and you feel like you can. Everything's good.
Okay, I'm good. I think we're good. Let's go.
Okay. So you all ascend the steps, and the steps wind. Oh, I put you right through a wall. How do you like that?
Cool.
The steps wind up on themselves for you feel like maybe about 30 feet, and then end at a very solid looking door, not like the one down in the chamber below that you busted through. And this too has a lock built into it.
Well, let's check for traps and get Captain Stealth up there.
Aye, aye.
Our one-eyed Jack.
I think Brad is more of a colonel. Just my
Yes.
Colonel Stealth?
Colonel stealth.
Owl
Like-
also
listen,
like
more like-
to sneak and stealth.
More like private.
Yeah, halflings are really good at sneak and stealth.
Yeah.
It's like my job.
Yeah, but I'm calling her Captain Stealth not because it's a good thing.
Yeah, exactly. So, Lullaby, you take a look for. Do you want to give us another roll for traps on the door?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or Brad can look. Brad can also look for traps.
I don't know
on
if
the
I'm.
door.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah.
I'm feeling it.
Is
Yeah.
it the fine
What I
traps
do-
one?
I'm gonna do it I'm gonna do all my little special things that I can do there.
Yes, Brad. It's the fine traps one.
I'm pretty clear there's no traps. I
Terrifying.
think, something like that.
All right. So, you don't see any traps, but Lullaby, you do see a stone that just is a little bit out of place, and you notice there's no mortar around it.
Stop! I noticed that there's a little stone out of place and there's no mortar around it. I don't know what it means, but it's not normal. Then I back down the stairs just a little bit.
press it.
enough to like
Stop doing
enough
that.
to get around.
Finn walks
Yeah, wait,
over.
wait.
Finn walks
Hey,
over and
I'm
presses
there.
it. It doesn't press Finn, but it does push in a bit.
Damn it. And if I go sliding down those stairs and lose all my hit points.
So it pushes in a bit, but nothing happens.
Well,
See if you can take the stone out. There might be a key behind there.
Lucky
yeah,
duck.
I try that.
Okay.
Try to shimmy it out.
All right.
think it's
So,
a loose.
do you want to use a dagger or something? Hey, fanboy.
Give him
Yeah,
a dagger.
yeah. I'll use like a dagger to kind of like.
Have
Okay.
more.
So you slide your dagger in
Fast
and
dagger.
and sort of ease back, and it finally slides out. And when it slides out inside, you can see that there's a bit of an empty hole in the wall behind the stone here, and there appears to be some sort of metal lever.
Mm,
Pull it.
Do I have to like reach into
Oh,
the
the
hole in
lever.
the wall?
You
and,
will
like,
you'll have to put your hand in to reach the lever. Yes.
Get the halfling to do it. He'll do
Be-
anything.
Being a halfling,
We all
you're gonna
hold
be
hands.
almost up to your armpit.
Yeah, okay, I'll do it.
that
We
does
all
not
hold hands in
dissuade.
case
Famous
the
last
floor
word.
drops out.
No, I'm not singing Kumbaya. I swear.
Yeah.
I'm just mean someone can catch us if the floor
Oh.
drops out from under us.
That's why I'm going maybe to the bottom.
Okay, Finn. You feel like the lever has some give. Would you like to go up with it or down with it?
Um,
Don't be afraid.
Come on, Finn.
down.
Down.
With
So
confidence.
it goes down, and you hear inside the wall like a counterweight move. Like you can hear a chain moving and a counterweight, and then it just for a few seconds, and then it stops, and you definitely heard some sort of click, or maybe the mechanism did something with the door.
Oh, good. Can I tell this from the bottom of the stairs?
Yes, with your keen elven hearing.
How's it going up there?
Is the
Sounds like you
door
got it all
open?
sorted.
I'm still with the halfling. I'm not beside him, but I'm just at the stairs.
Okay.
Someone want to jimmy the door?
Yeah, try the door now. See if it works.
Just got a pole. Push it open.
I got a 7-foot pole because I couldn't afford the whole 10-foot.
Who's touching the door?
Yeah, right. Didn't sound.
Well,
doesn't
I'll go
sound
up and touch
promising.
the door.
I had a kid.
There we go.
Lumen's gonna. Okay, Lumen. The door creaks open. We're gonna switch maps here, everybody. So
We did it, guys.
give me a moment.
The boss fight's over.
The boss fight's over. You're moving on up to the east side.
To the top.
To a deluxe apartment in the sky.
This is what I've heard.
Oh,
Tower.
This is what I've heard. Okay, so the door that you came through is behind you here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is that like a table? Or...
I'm just gonna see if I can get rid of. No, I think I'm gonna leave it for the sake of.
I thought you were gonna get rid of one of us.
For the sake of the
I
map's
totally
integrity.
missed that.
Let me put a mark down so we know where we're. So this is the door we came through with the orange circle. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to your left, as you come through the doorway, there is a large wardrobe, and to the right of you, you can see a large set of shelves, where a number along the bottom shelf is a number of filthy boots that look like they've been for walks down in the sewer, in fact. And then above them, there is a couple of other old pairs of shoes. And then above that, you can see some hats and things like that. And then at this far end of the chamber, you can see there is a curtain, and it hangs, but it is made of chains, almost like a massive sheet of chainmail that just hangs as a curtain, and it moves slightly, like there's some sort of wind or breeze against it.
A wind or breeze blowing the chain curtain.
Yes.
That's
Oh,
incredible.
that sounds legit.
First things first, are there any fantastic looking hats?
Yes.
Absolutely. What would a perfect hat for Lumen be? Call it.
Needs to have, well,
Pick-
let's see.
Pick your hat, and it's going to be on that shelf.
Hey, you should offer it to the
Very
viewers
long
to pick the hat.
forward, like, and pointy, like
Yes.
excessively long Robin Hood kind of hat.
Okay, it's absolutely there. And actually, when you see it, Lumen's almost like, I looked everywhere for that hat before, never been able to find it. And there it sits.
You'll never be able to walk sideways down a street again.
I
Ah, my
think
head.
I will grab that hat as I kind of look down the hall towards the curtain.
Okay, so you move over and you take the hat off the shelf. It's a little dusty. It's obviously sat here for a while, and there's a few cobwebs. I'm not talking like the big spiders like down in the sewer, but there's a little bit of webbing. Nothing in this room like has been moved for a little while. And there is another door if your map isn't showing it, but there's another door here.
So you said the
Okay.
curtain was down here.
Yes.
I'll just give a quick listen to the door just to make sure there's no like scuffling or whatever on the other side. But then we could probably go look behind that curtain
Okay.
if that works for
I think we
everybody
should do
else.
the door first. That's
Okay.
that's my thought. The door first.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll listen at the door, and then I'll check to see if the door is trapped, and then we can go from there.
Shouldn't we
So-
check? Shouldn't we check the wardrobe first? This thing here. Just open it up and have a quick peek.
Well,
Sure.
Lullaby moves to the door first, moves past the wardrobe, listens and checks the door out. The door looks good, and from listening, there is a very low but audible hum. Not a sharp piercing hum, just a low.
Would you describe it as a mechanical hum or a naturally occurring hum, like maybe wind blowing or some sort of animal growling?
It doesn't sound okay. So you pause for a moment and wait. It doesn't have any kind of It doesn't.
There's no rhythm to it.
There's no rhythm to it, and if it was an animal like growling, you would expect it to maybe die off or rise or fall. It doesn't do anything like that. It's just a constant hum, and but to say it sounds mechanical would be, I think, misleading. So it's not a mechanical
Okay.
hum either.
Okay, so I relay that. I can't place the sound. I don't think it's an animal or a creature because whatever it is isn't trying to like catch their breath, or there's no variation in the pitch. So just something to think about.
Turner,
Oh, look, a wardrobe.
are you gonna open the wardrobe?
Yeah, I'm gonna open the wardrobe.
Once you open the wardrobe, inside you see about half a dozen very heavy overcoats. Again, with the muddy boots and these overcoats, it's almost like people would prepare here to maybe go down into the sewers. Like they're like big heavy slickers, like to keep moisture off, and yeah.
All right, that's what. No fancy symbols on them, right? Like no eyes or stuff like that.
No, nothing. Everything in this room is very what's the word I'm looking for? Maybe
Mundane.
maybe mundane, but I also want to almost use the word
Like-
common, like
utilitarian.
yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That's a good example.
So basically, I'm looking. If I were from Newfoundland, it'd be a bunch of slickers and some mud boots, right?
Yeah, this is basically somebody's porch or
Yeah.
back room when you're coming in,
all right.
filthy. Yeah, yeah. That's what it feels like.
Now our American viewers are gonna have to look that up.
We got cowboy boots and gun belts in Texas. So
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw.
It's the same. It's,
Hey, we both said yeehaw.
Aw,
Jinx!
that's in
Oh, we did it again.
This is going to be the show where everyone has to be quiet because they've jinxed each other.
gonna give like really intense eye stares. Like,
No more talking for the rest of the show.
darn.
I'll role play.
So,
Role
what
play
would
with just your
Grades.
what would you like to
If
do?
there's,
Question back
I
to
check the wardrobe.
the-
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Finn. Can I check to see in the wardrobe if there's like a secret passage to Narnia or something?
There does not seem to be anything to Narnia, but give me a secret door check all the same. No, it looks like a wardrobe. Wouldn't that be
Right.
awesome if a lion came
We're-
out of it?
Is there
We're good
No,
here.
no, it wouldn't.
no men running around in the wardrobe?
Finn can fit in the wardrobe, no problem.
I put Finn in the wardrobe.
No,
Oh, I'm sorry. That was
Because
my,
clearly that had to happen. Clearly.
I'm sorry. That was my inside voice. I'm sorry. It just,
does the hat rack have a fez?
Sure.
the sewer
Only
minder fez.
because I'm hoping Finn will wear it. So yes, there's a fez.
Ben definitely
Because
wears
we all know fezzes are cool.
fez
Yeah,
are
the,
cool.
Yes.
the fez
Hey.
belongs to the sewer minders guild.
That's right.
We're only here for the hats.
What
We're
a
not-
great adventure.
Screw the adventure.
We
We're
found
hats.
the haberdashery.
I'm gonna make a cape out of that chainmail curtain though. Let's go.
All right, let's go through that door. See what we find inside of it.
The door? Yep.
Oh, you want to go through the door? Hey,
Yeah.
just to be clear, I heard some humming.
Shield up. What do we see?
Okay. So
We need to get you healed up.
Yeah,
Uh,
I know.
inside here, there's a lot going on here. So we have these circles are braziers, and they burn with a fire that gives off no heat, just light. And it takes on the color of sort of greens and yellows as opposed to reds and oranges that a regular flame would give off. So the green and yellow lights this chamber sort of with an eeriness. Right here, there are two sets of stairs going down, and there is between the steps a crystal statue that looks very familiar. And its back
How familiar is it?
very familiar, and its back is to you, looking into this large chamber ahead. And the steps are very, they're not steep. They're very they're wide and they very broad as you go down. And then at the bottom of them, it opens into a massive semicircular chamber. The walls are incredibly thick, and there is just the faintest amount of moonlight coming in through, not really windows. They're almost like not arrow slits, but very thin and rectangular windows that are up near the roof that are just there for no other reason to get light into the chamber. And the humming is coming from down to the north, up here.
And are these chairs?
You do. You can see a number of chairs and a large rectangular table.
Would these be doors, do you think?
Those are doors, yes.
And then a door.
There are 3 doors. That's right.
Okay.
This door, I believe, is open. I don't think I blocked it. Let me just double check here. Yeah, no, I didn't. Okay, so this door here is blocked open. Like it's inside the room over here, but you can see counters, and this room, from what you can see, looks like maybe a kitchen or food prep room of some type.
Can I use
Would-
the sunstone to do detect invisible?
Yes, you can have it do that, I think. Do you want to cast that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just kind of start walking through this back part of the room, but I don't want to go past the statue.
Would you
Okay.
say the statue might look like Clava?
Yes, it looks like the one that took Brad's eye.
Okay, so I'm
soon.
no expert here,
Too soon.
Brad. Brad, keep your one eye away from this statue.
Thanks.
You're welcome. I'm always
Any more good advice?
I'm always looking out for you. Someone's got to keep an eye on you.
Oh.
You're asking
You've
for it,
been
man.
waiting all week for that.
So,
There.
detect invisible lasts for an hour, Lumen,
Oh man.
and you're a first level caster, so you can only see 10 feet.
Okay.
But if something is invisible within 10 feet of you, you'll see it.
Just kind of want to go around this room first and just like by the braziers and the
Yeah.
different doorways.
Okay. So you walk through the southern end of the room. You don't find anything. You don't see anything. No, everything appears to be a-okay. However, when you are over here, you can see into this chamber a little bit better, and you guys can see that it is indeed a kitchen. And just like where you entered into the other chamber, where there was like boots and hats and coats and things that hadn't been touched in a very long time, similar here in the kitchen.
Look, Finn, look, it's an armory.
Because the frying pan, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Go get yourself a pot helmet and maybe a cookie sheet
Is
breastplate.
there a nicer pot and helmet?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Whoever lived here had money.
Like pampered chef.
I find the nicest pot to replace my pot helmet, and then the nicest frying pan to replace my weapon.
Sure. You find one of each.
Get some throwing spoons.
A big cast
It's the throwing spoon.
a big cast iron
big-
frying pan.
Bunch of throwing spoons.
Who's the guy that threw the spoons in that movie there? The blue lightning or something?
Raja.
The
Raja.
blue Raja. That's it.
What will I be then? Knifey boy? Fork man? And then that's a completely underrated movie. All right, I'm going to look for secret doors in the kitchen, as
Okay.
oftentimes secret doors happen in the kitchen because that's how royal people might move around to get to the
Sure.
snacks.
So you move in the kitchen and have a look around. It's sus. The kitchen is always sus, or is it Seuss?
Sauce?
Chef's kiss.
We should be punished for all these bad jokes.
We should.
That was good.
This is
That was a good
atrocious.
ad. That was a good one.
They
Uh,
are very funny.
well, yeah. Well, I don't know what he's talking about. We are hilarious. So you take a look around the kitchen, and no, you don't see anything. That's anything secret, anything out of place, anything that catches your eye.
Invisible.
Are there foodstuffs in here?
There is a.
That's edible, not like
Oh no.
Fish.
400 years old.
But there is like a large stew pot cauldron sitting in what once would have been a fire pit, with proper ventilation and everything, of course, for the kitchen. But whatever's in there is like it's all caked to the inside of the pot, and it's turned a lovely shade of gray.
I'm gonna poke around in the ashes. People drop things in there sometimes.
Okay,
Ew.
you poke through that stuff.
Not the pot, the ashes. Gosh.
Drop
Yeah.
my keys in the stew.
Oh, dang
In
it.
the stew.
My phone. My phone.
A smoke and a pancake. You don't find anything in the ashes
Right.
other than ashes. You filthy elf.
Oh my my god, it's a drow.
Dark elves, I've heard stories of these.
Is that a door to the south?
That is another door to the south, yes.
Do you want me to listen, people, or are we just gonna start busting through?
Listen, God knows what could be on the other side.
Yeah,
Should we check
never.
This stuff is so old. I'm waiting for
some
some of this mold to come alive and attack us.
Sorry, are we going through
Yeah,
the
so-
we're going through the kitchen?
Yeah, so for Luke, to answer Lumen's question, all I did was look for a secret door and look in the ashes. So if you guys want to go through the cupboards and stuff like that, I did not do that.
Are we going to check the big room at all before we move on, or are we not wanting to tempt fate?
This D&D
Well-
episode became Pimp My Crib, so we're just gonna explore the kitchen, then the living room area, the
Indoor
bathroom,
pool.
pool.
Check out my phylactery. What? I don't know if that's pimping your crib, but you can wear those around your neck like bling, right?
Exactly.
Yep.
Every lich needs
Um,
one.
I'm gonna listen. Nice. Lich, please. Okay, so
He's-
that's where I thought you were going with that.
he's
Liches
also-
liches
he's also
need
an
gold.
episode named
Which
Lich,
would be
please.
crazy.
Yeah, liches be tripping.
Let's just be crazy. Oh dear.
All right, I'm gonna listen at the door just in case,
Okay.
and then if it sounds like there's nothing there, I think we can.
So-
open it up. I think
It doesn't, you don't hear anything except for there's sort of a hollowness beyond the door, like it's a big chamber.
so. Maybe like a dining hall-y sort of thing. If I were to take the consideration that this kitchen has to go to some place where people eat, and it didn't look like that other room was that place.
Well, the other room did have a table and chairs, if that's qualifies.
Yeah. I don't know. That's clever. All right, sounds pretty hollow back here. Lumen, what do you think? Do we leave these doors at our back and go into the big room? We can do that too, especially because your spell is active right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just afraid of statue.
You want to go back here?
I'm not. I don't want to feel like, I want us to make, good smart moves so that we don't die a slow and lingering death. By going through doors into big rooms might be that exact thing. So
Okay.
maybe while I'm not speaking for Lumen, I'm speaking to Lumen. But if you wanted to come back in here and maybe your spell, if it's still active, try to see what's going on with the statue, that might be a good way to make sure we're going in the right direction.
Ketris, what do you think we should do? Check out the other
He's
rooms
like,
or-
he jumps with a
That motherfucker.
he jumps with a start like I forgot I was here.
We
Zoned out
we
for
all
a
did,
minute.
bud.
He's fascinated by this entire structure. And you have noticed that has had a scroll in hand since you entered the place. Like reading it and looking around.
I don't think we noticed that. No.
What you got there?
I forgot he was there, so clearly
He says that
no surprise.
okay, that's the DM's fault, not your guys' fault. Catcher says that the Order of the Phoenix does make a few notations about the Spellreach Tower that of its existence, and it has very little knowledge though on what the tower was used for.
I'm gonna.
Well, let me tell you a little bit more about the room. So as you stand at the top of the steps, you're relatively close to the statue now, okay? And you're actually above it, so it's quite large though, right? It's quite tall. So it's at the same height as the bottom of the steps, while you guys are standing at the top of the steps. So you're like, you've got a good view of sort of her upper back and back of her head. But she's of little interest once you look into this room, because like there's this big grand table over here. There's a number of glass enclosed shelves to either side here. which contain, you can see scrolls, books, and a number of different other arcane foci sort of on display.
Wowzer.
There are 5 large stones, and as you look at them, you realize that the stones mimic the stones that you found up in the cairn. So on the mountaintop. So there is a copper one, there is a sand one, there's a blue one, there's a coral one, and there is sort of an irony, sort of an iron rock as well. Now the iron rock one is in the center and bears a carving on it of Clava. The other 4 each bear a carving of a different person, but in all cases you're pretty sure that they are the 5. And these large slabs of stone stand quite tall, almost 15 feet. And the carvings are very intricate. Also, you find the source of the humming in this chamber, high near the ceiling. So this rounded chamber rises to a height of almost 50 feet, you would guess. And way up there is a white orb of light. And a number of round, which you only can assume are celestial bodies, are orbiting this white light. And the white light is where the humming is coming from. There is a total of 7 other orbs orbiting the one.
So not like the wall drawing.
No.
Which only okay.
No, the wall drawings, I can bring those up. You guys can access those through your journal if you'd like.
Yeah, I popped one up in. But not like
No,
those.
5.
I think seeing scrolls and books and things.
That's super interesting.
I'm gonna start taking slow steps down the stairs.
Okay.
So if what we know about the Sunstone is true, if we were to somehow gain access to another stone, that would increase our chances at being successful at bringing the dying sun back.
Exactly.
Ketris mentions that he can't be sure, but he would anticipate that you would need all 5 stones.
So what does iron say to you as a group? Does it say like strength, or does it say endurance, or does it say, you know what I'm saying? So like if Lumen grabbed the sunstone and now it amplifies her abilities, I wonder if the iron would amplify someone's abilities as well. And then thinking on the other stuff, sandstone, what were the other ones? I'm sorry.
That's okay.
And
Okay.
copper.
So Clava, I'm gonna we'll write right on the map here so we can.
Great.
Where is it?
I did it.
Text.
No.
And-
Brad's head is
okay.
giving you the stink eye.
So iron.
Wink.
Brad's eyeballing you.
Can't help it.
Oh, look, Brad just rolled his eye at you.
Okay, so this center one would be iron,
Sorry,
and it would represent Clava. And when I say iron, it's like stone with sort of iron veins in it. Like it's obviously.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So can you?
So
I must have missed the. I'm
Hang
sorry
on.
to interrupt. I must have missed the part.
yeah, go ahead.
Is it like a physical, like an orb that's there, or is it just a representation of it?
No, there are very big slabs of stone.
That's okay.
They're
with you.
they're almost they're a little more than 5 feet across, and then they stretch up 15 feet. And carved into them is the
I
likeness
understand.
of a of one of the 5.
I understand what you're saying.
Sand. So, and the Ketris is maybe a little rash, or he sort of walks right out into the center of the room and begins to name off like who he thinks these are representative of. Blue. I should have maybe done this ahead of time. I apologize. And coral. Okay. So I've put in this the type of stone it is, and the name of the member of the five that appears to be depicted there. Ketris, as a historian with the Order of the Phoenix, he's able to name them. So he tells you that iron is the depiction of Clava, and also known as the Gorgon Queen. And then to her right is sort of a copper-veined stone, and he tells you that this is the Archmage Rulin, the Ice Reaver, and then the sandy stone is Zenorum, and he has an obvious Zenora and Rulin both appear to be not of this continent. Their clothing looks very different than what people here would wear. So you are on the continent of Glacia. So there is some cultural differences between Rulin and Zenorum. Then to the left, the stone with sort of the blue veins through it, he describes as Mazora, the Vermin Lord. And then
Vermin Lord?
The Vermin Lord, yeah. And the final one, the Coral, he describes as Locasta, the Dragon. Now, the continent of Glacia is divided between these three members of the five. Right here. Can you see the box I drew?
Yep.
So
Very nice.
Clava, Mazora, and Locasta, their kingdoms dwelt here in Glacia, and you are currently in Clava's lands. Clava's in the north, and in the south. Southeast was Mazora, and southwest was Locasta. And then Rulin is... Ketris describes him as being on a continent known as Rime to the north, and Zenorum is from a continent known as Korvac to the south. In relation to Glacia.
Did Zenorum have a nickname?
Not
Does
that
Ketris?
Ketris is not aware of a nickname for Zenorum.
Okay. What about the orb, Ketris? What's crack-a-lacking about that?
With who?
The orb up in the air of the
So
celestial bodies.
as he looks up at the
Did you not
orb,
notice that?
he can only make the guess that the orb is representative of the sun of Aikeon,
Oh, got it.
and that the celestial bodies. With his learnings, he was only aware of, other than the world Aikeon that you reside upon, he was only aware of two other planetary bodies near Aikeon, but there appears to be 7 rotating above.
Maybe Pluto has a home after all.
Maybe. Either way, the hum is coming from those rotating orbs and the sun.
Huh. Now this is a lot to take in.
The statue doesn't come to life. Right?
That's what I was worried about
No.
at first.
No, it has not moved. These are those glass display cases, and then once you were down in the room, you can see a very large wooden set of shelves that have a number of items on it. It would require closer inspection to tell what everything is.
So, can I ask Ketris a question really quick? How much of this stuff in this room, arcane or otherwise, is needs to be left alone, or how much of it would you consider to be the rightfully acquired gains of an adventuring group?
He says, if you're asking me if you can take things, I think maybe...
I just want to make sure I'm not going to get zapped.
Oh, well, I'm not sure of that, Lullaby, but I would think that anything here in this chamber is of use to us. Specifically, if it has any kind of knowledge or, use.
I walk away from him while he's in mid-speech and head over to this.
Okay.
I wave Lumen along. I'm like, Lumen, come on.
Yeah,
He
I'm
said
coming.
he said we're good. Let's check out the case first.
Okay.
Glass.
So as you look inside the glass case, and there are a number of scrolls and such. However, you can almost immediately tell they're not magical in nature. That you can see where ink.
Got it.
You can see where ink has bled through, and there's a lot of writing on them. There's a lot of writing on them, but you don't think that this particular
secular.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm with you.
You almost think that some of it might be bookkeeping as well. Like it just, you would have to open the case to find out exactly what they are. There are also a number of what I would describe best probably as tchotchkes or knickknacks.
Yeah.
Knickknacks.
Now, that being said, they are knickknacks made of very expensive materials. There's ivories, there's jade, there's crystal. All of the items in this cabinet that you're looking at have value.
Okay. Lumen, is your detect spell still cooking?
Yeah, it is. It hasn't been an hour yet, so. Nope, nothing has jumped out as you as being invisible.
I'm gonna go over to the other cabinet, the glass case. Or whatever.
This one over here?
Or by the table.
Very similar to what was in the other one, and you almost feel like these are, with the dining table here, maybe gifts that were brought for Clava or this is not Clava's home. So Spellreach Tower, she didn't live here, but this is sort of like one of her fortresses, one of many probably. If she was here in the city, she would probably have stayed here or done business here.
I would love the idea of some magical bric-a-brac, but I think my main goal is to see if we can't find a couple scrolls of healing. I mean, that's the only thing that's preventing us from going headlong into danger is we're beat up. So.
Mm.
Well, what about that light up in the ceiling? Is that like magic? That's clearly magical, is it not?
Yeah, it looks magical, and it's humming.
Is there any way? How different would it be than the stone that Luna has?
There's no way to compare it. It's a good 30, 40 feet. It's like literally up by the almost the top of the dome.
Is there anything that we could use to climb up there? I stood on the table and picked up Finn and put him on my shoulders. I'm like,
I got a 7.
Well, you'll get a whole
7-foot rope.
extra 2 feet.
yeah. Because I'm thinking that light's a key. I'm thinking it's excuse me. I'm thinking it's one of the stones that we're looking for, or a stone of some sort that'll assist us. At least that's my thought.
I hold the sunstone up towards the light. Does it react at all? Or
no, it doesn't.
Brighter?
It does not.
What if you sunbeam the son.
Wait,
Oh,
did I try that?
You can try anything you like. Do you want to do that?
Oh.
Where's Echo when I need him? Where's Echo when I need him?
I'm gonna die.
I wanna. While I notice her thinking about it, I'm gonna go hide in the kitchen.
Uh,
They're
This-
banging on a pot and singing.
this shelf looks super interesting to me all of
I
a
don't
sudden.
know if I want to zap the light.
Okay.
I don't want to zap the light just yet.
Okay, so Lullaby moves over onto that shelf, and here, this looks more functional and less as like display. The other glass cases were like, look at this stuff, and this sits off sort of in an alcove of the room, and on top of it there are a number of items that appear to be spell components for different castings of spells. Anything that that a number of wizards, a number of the things you're like, hey, there's some spell
Recognize this.
There's some spell
Like some
components here.
Ionute, frog legs. And all that.
Exactly. There's
Oh, yeah.
there's stuff that can be used in the casting of spells.
So before I go wrestling around too much, I just
Okay.
like to really quick just see if there's like maybe something is trapped. I mean, I don't really trust this too much. And
Okay.
then same if the shelf might move and reveal a secret compartment, I'd like to check that too.
All right. You don't see anything like that, but as you take sort of a closer look and stalk, in amongst, on the second shelf down, in amongst the spell components in that, there is what looks to be a silver rod. It's about 2.5 feet in length. And there are 3 jeweled buttons on it.
I announced to the group what I found, and I suppose it's probably magical of some sort.
Well,
I don't know if it's arcane or divine magic.
The longer you look at it, and maybe the light comes a little closer, even though you have infravision, but once the light comes a little closer, you start to see that there are very fine engravings all over the rod, and you feel that it has to be magical in nature.
So, do halflings have innate magical abilities like elves do? I can't remember.
Elves do, halflings don't.
Now you're
Okay, so-
bragging.
Finn,
So-
do you have anything magical? I don't think Finn has anything magical. I do think that halflings maybe have a resistance to magic.
Oh.
Sure.
Do
I'll take
do halflings have 2 eyes or no?
Hey!
I'm sorry. Now I'm showing up. Okay, so my thought is that Lumen and I are probably the only ones that can use this, unless it's some sort of divine magic. So without picking it up, I call Turner over to take a peek to see if
Okay.
he recognizes any of the scripty
All right.
scrollies.
So
Can I take a look
I don't
at
think
it?
we should touch it quite yet, but
Turner,
Maybe I'm being overcautious.
Just the lights in the room.
you look through the items and the same. You see a lot of spell components and things like that. There's probably some value here as well. I mean, the spell components are probably still useful, but this silver rod does sort of stand out to you, and you see that it has 3 jewels set in it, and it's obvious they're in a bit of a depression on the rod, and it looks like they can definitely be maybe pushed or slid. Like they don't.
Mm.
They seem to be sitting up and out a little bit too much.
do you recognize the scripty scrollies?
Yeah, would I
As being
recognize it?
A religious script?
There's no religious importance to it, but just as Lullaby feels, you feel the same. Definitely, all the script of all these tiny lines all over the rod, probably magical in nature. Probably what was used to enchant it.
Okay. I just tell them clearly it's not a religious artifact. It's probably more between either you or Luna for this.
Okay. I pull my sleeve up over my hand like this, and I grab the rod.
Okay. It has some weight to it. If it's silver, you think it's probably solid silver.
It used as a weapon? Like
Um,
clunk someone on the head with it?
sure.
A la
If-
Finn in the fry pan?
And even though it's solid and it has a bit of weight to it, though, there's still a delicateness to it.
Got it.
But you could hit someone over the head with it, sure.
I suspect I won't. Okay, just as
So-
far as the party's concerned, I have this
Now-
rod, and if we can figure out how to use it.
And now that you have the rod up, you can see that there's 3 gems. The one closest to the end of the rod is red, and then there is a blue, and then a white. And you think it's a ruby, a sapphire, and a diamond.
When you say closest to the end, closest to what might be a pointy part, or closest
No,
to what might
no.
be the butt of a handle?
So the gems are not evenly spaced. All 3 are sort of up towards one end. So and the one closest to the end is red, and then blue, and then a white one.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know which end points. I don't know if there's a pointy end or not. So, okay, well, I'm going to keep it for future examination. It seems like this is probably not the place to sort that out, because I don't see anything corresponding in the room of 3s or blue, red, and white, or silver, or anything like that. So,
Wait a
with
minute.
the
You
party's,
said
with
blue.
the party's permission,
What were the colors again?
Blue,
You said-
red, blue, white.
blue, and white.
Okay. All right.
Myra.
Yeah. All right.
That's not enough to. I don't think it's enough to
Okay.
tie in very well.
As
No.
Lullaby,
Did we see
as you take it and move away from the bookshelf, and sort of move into the room a bit, the little white gem gives off a faint amount of light. It's pulsing.
Can't hear you, buddy.
I think you've muted.
Did I mute
There,
myself?
there you go. You're good now.
I'm gonna wander around this, kind of just wander around and see if
Okay. As you
I
move,
can identify.
as
I
you
feel
move,
like I'm
move
I feel
around
like I'm
the
taking up a
room.
lot of game time doing this.
As you move around the room, the white stone just continues to pulse.
If I were to go up here,
Same, no change.
Okay.
Actually, once you get up out of the chamber, it stops pulsing.
okay. Well, in case someone else can help me figure this out, that's what's going on.
Walk towards that light up at the top
So
over
it's
here.
in the middle, right? So
Yeah.
I stand
Yeah.
in the middle of the room.
Yeah, the white gem continues to just pulse here beneath the white light of the.
If I touch very close to the rod near the white gem, do I feel any heat or electricity
No.
or vibration?
No, nothing like that.
I'm afraid if I push the button, it's gonna like extinguish the sun, and then 400 zombies are gonna attack us. I mean, doesn't that just scream like something Jeremy would want to do?
No,
Make it
I
super
kind of
tempting.
I think
think
you
it might be
push
the
the
remote
button.
control for that light up there. Bring it down. Why not give it a shot?
All right, everyone, stand back,
Like
except
wave
for
light.
Finn. Finn, you could probably stand closer and still be safe.
I will
He's rummaging
stand.
through. He's getting some
Okay.
big serving spoons. Okay, I tell everyone what I'm about to do, and then I give everyone a few seconds to make any sort of arrangements that they want. Next of kin, or arrange their bodies into a nice looking position on the floor, so that when people find their corpses, then they're like presentable. And then I think that's plenty of
Pablo.
time. I think
Yeah.
that's enough time for everyone to have made a decision. So I press the white button.
Okay, so you press the white button.
Or the white gem. White gem.
You
rather.
do feel it depress, but nothing happens. It just keeps pulsing.
If I aim it. If I aim it at the sun thingy and push it, that just sounds terrible.
Okay, you do.
I'm gonna kill the other sun.
You do that, and you push the white button. Nothing happens, but the white keeps pulsing.
Smash
Okay.
it.
You know what? Walk towards the statues. See if it starts going faster.
So I did say that I was walking around the room.
Yeah, there
Jeremy
was-
didn't say
nothing like
anything
that,
One way or
no.
the other. Okay. Well,
And there's
that's
nothing
pretty
else
interesting.
flashing the same thing, like those lights above. Nothing's happening with them.
No. No.
I could try pressing the other buttons just randomly.
Yeah. What's the
We all
worst
gotta
that could
go.
happen?
We all gotta go sometime. All right.
Boop, 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 boop.
I'm gonna press the red. Try to
Okay.
depress the red gem
You
in the
never
It
same
does.
manner
pressed
that
It
the lights
does.
red button.
You push the red. You
First.
push the red button. You push the red button,
First.
and the hum disappears. The white
Ooh, nice.
orb in the center of the room flashes and becomes a yellowy sort of orange sun, and a eighth and ninth celestial body begins to orbit the sun as well. So now you have an orange sun, like maybe how Aikion's sun used to be, and there are 9 planets orbiting it.
Okay, so is the red button?
It is
Is
pulsing.
it pulsing?
Yes.
Okay, so this is my thought. This is essentially, you're right, Turner. It is like a remote control, and it's showing us different times, like different epochs of.
Ketris is
or
fascinated.
eras
Ketris is fascinated.
I'm like, hey, watch this, Ketris. I'm going to push this blue button, and you're going to see a different star take place. I'm like a science guy now. Push the blue button. Push the blue button with confidence.
Okay.
And look up.
So as
Or the blue jewel.
As Lullaby pushes the blue jewel, the fourth celestial body, which by the way, when you put when it became the orange sun again, the celestial bodies all kinds of change. Their orbits around the red star all kind of changed. Mm-hmm. And then when you push the blue button, the fourth planet has a blue field surround it. At which point you guys witness an explosion as the the sun goes bright red and expands to a massive size. And it consumes the 2 closest celestial bodies. Okay? And
so which one looks more like what Ketris is used to with regards to the number of planets that are in the air? Sky.
He's not sure because he only knew of 2 other planets that that the Phoenix Order were aware of. So,
and in no way by pressing these buttons did it create a tableau of 3 planets.
No. Okay. So when you push the blue button, the planet goes from the star size expands. It eats the 2 closest planets, and then there is an explosion, and all this red energy sort of floods out across the roof of the room as the planet sort of explodes, and all the other planets begin their orbits begin to change, and then 5 from the shattering, this sort of this outer layer of the sun that exploded off, 5 tiny balls of light begin to orbit the 4th planet. So
nice going, Lullaby.
The 4th,
that's super interesting.
The 4th planet has that blue bubble around it, and now it has 5 little dots of light spinning around it, and the sun is still this massive glowing red sphere.
That's like now listen, that's like the wall drawing.
That is like the wall drawing now. I think. Yeah.
Maybe?
No, there's 5 things around the planet.
Yep.
And there's 5 things around the sun.
So
5 guys around the sun.
The bottom part of the drawing has a planet with 5 things around it.
Yeah.
Interesting. Very interesting. look at Turner and say, they don't teach you that in your fancy church, do they?
No, they don't.
Ketris is very
crazy.
excited, looking upwards, and he like sort of reaches out. He's not even looking at Lullaby. He's still looking upward at these things by the roof, and he's like, push the other button. Push the other button.
I hand him the rod. There's no reason for me to hog the remote.
Okay, so he put
Not an animal.
Ketris very quickly pushes the white stone. At which point, the sun collapses in on itself until it's nothing but a little ball of white light, and you begin to hear that hum again. The white shield around the blue shield around the fourth planet disappears, and one by one you see those little 5 orbs get drawn into that fourth planet.
Nice. So then this might be the sunstone and the sandstone and the copper and blue and coral and such.
Mm-hmm.
The 5,
So if we-
just
Yeah.
These
I'm sorry,
stones.
right. They're now on Earth somewhere, or not Earth, sorry, Aikeon. And that's what we just essentially saw the birth of this, this
Like
whole
the
process.
creation story of the world that we're living on.
Bowser. And I'm hungry all of a sudden. That's a lot to take in. I don't know what to make of that. This is Ketris's kind of
Yeah, Ketris
alleyway.
begins the cycle all over again. He's like on to the red button again. He's watching on to the blue button. On to
If
the
he
white,
presses them out of order, is it too
on to the white
weird?
button.
2 at a time, 3 at a time.
He tries he tries that to see if anything else comes of it, and nothing comes of that. No.
Okay.
Well, seems like knowledge that we can't afford to lose, but I also can't see us staying in here for a long time unless we wanted to like try to spend the night and regain some of our health and such. I mean, it doesn't look like we're in too much danger.
Ketris very quickly moves to the table, gets a scroll out, and tries to start. You can tell he's trying to essentially take what he's seen up in the
draw it out.
Yeah, and put it to paper.
All right. If you guys want to rest, we could probably rest in the kitchen because that place we can lock the door.
Yeah.
And there's only one way in, one way out. That would be like our best bet if we're going to rest.
Okay.
What
I
are
think
the
that's
rules?
probably a good idea.
And basically, we only get 1 hit point after a rest, or
You
do we
do.
get to roll a hit
No,
dice? Or
you get 1 hit point from a rest.
But your spell will pop back up too.
That's true. Okay.
Okay.
And at least it puts us pretty close to full.
So the party moves into the kitchen, and everybody tries to find a place to get comfortable to rest. And I think there we'll take our break. We'll go grab a drink, use the washroom, etc. We have a cat playing now. Look at that. So we will be right back, and we'll continue our exploration of Spellreach Tower.
So.
Fighting club.
Exactly.
We're back. We're comparing
Great.
weapons. We're comparing weapons here on Discord. Figuring out who's got the.
Don't say it.
I knew you were gonna say it.
Stop.
Okay.
Reel it back.
So,
Oh boy.
who is taking watch?
I will. I'll take first watch
Okay.
because it's dark.
Let's say
Everyone else can get some
let's
rest.
say there's 3 watches. So who's first? So we got Lullaby first. Who? Not to
I'll be
quote
second.
Abbott and Costello, but who's on second? Who's on third?
I'll go on second.
Okay. And who is third? Hey, Sketchy.
I don't think I'm much help.
I'll do third.
Okay. Well, during third watch,
Sucker.
everyone is resting well, and Finn is the only one awake. And then Finn hears the distant echo of what he thinks is maybe a building collapsing.
coming out of? Is it just like
It's
without direction?
no, it's outside of the tower. It's not inside the tower, but it sounds like maybe a building collapsed. Like you can hear the cracking and falling of stone, and it's deadened by the walls of the tower. But you're like, something's going on outside.
Noted.
But after it goes kaboom, everything goes sort of back to quiet again.
Definitely going to share this information with the party when they wake up. I don't feel like I should wake them up just to tell them that.
Maybe you should.
Whatever.
Okay. Everyone wakes up from the rest. Everyone can get 1 hit point back.
You're welcome.
Welcome.
Interrupted your sleep.
Welcome to Basic Dungeons and Dragons. Get your 1 hit point.
How badly is everybody still hurt? Like who is far away from their total hit points?
Don't spend it all at once.
Not
You're the farthest.
not
You're
Finn.
Not
It's you.
Finn.
No.
You're the one.
I'm the one. I'm tempted just to cast my healing spell on me now.
Yeah, smart. I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all.
Yeah, I
Healing
kind because I'm just so hurt. All right, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast my healing. I'm gonna be selfish and cast it.
That's fine.
How many hours into the night did this happen? Like from the start of.
Well, let's say you guys rested for somewhere between 6 and 8 hours, because timekeeping would not exactly be accurate with no sun or that to see, but sort of within an hour of everyone waking up, there was some sort of large crumbling, crashing sound that came from outside the tower.
Okay, yeah. When everyone wakes up, I let them know, hey, like an hour ago, something crashed outside.
The hell, Finn?
Didn't really hear anything else after that.
Come on, man.
Are there any windows?
Not
This
n-
room
not
that we were in?
no, not in this chamber. Not in chamber. In the large chamber with the orbs that were spinning about, there are very small windows, very high on the walls, like 30, 40 feet up.
Yeah, I'm way too short to look through those windows. So
Maybe we should go find
a
some
boost.
windows. If we can see what happened.
Have we decided that Ketris can just keep a hold of this rod then?
Okay, Ketris
There's
adds
no-
it
yeah.
adds it to his many
Yeah, there's-
things, and he has made he did. Whoever was on first watch, Lullaby, Ketris was probably up for some time, still making sure his drawings and his notations were accurate.
Yeah, okay. I think that's good. And if he wanted some help rummaging around the cases and picking up, anything that have, maybe if he found some maps or if he found maybe some arcane references or some things that might help his future studies, I would help him gather those. Maybe not help him pick them up, but watch him do it on his own.
Okay.
Like unhelpfully.
Where to now, everyone?
Well,
that's a good question.
I was thinking there's these 2 doors right here. They're just screaming for us to open.
Is that also a door?
There's also another door out of the kitchen.
It is.
Yes.
So the one in the kitchen is the one I listened to, and on the other end it sounded like a giant room. It goes to, I mean, we don't know where it goes, but it's possible that it all goes into the same big room.
Yeah, those 3 doors could probably all link together.
Also still thinking about the chain curtain.
Yep, same. I was thinking the chain curtain might be something we would go back to and see what's that direction.
I would
Okay.
be against going to the chain curtain now. I am a bit curious.
Hey, where did
Sorry.
Finn go? He's at the curtain already? Weird.
All right, we go to the curtain. I'm cool.
Okay.
Curtain
So
call.
when you reach this
Curtain call.
Curtain call.
when you reach this room, the door leading down into the sewers, which no one told me they closed, is now closed. And there
That's
are
Crap.
there are a group of muddy footprints leading south
What?
to the chain curtain. So it looks like someone has come up out of the sewer and closed the door behind them.
That's even
What?
scarier than the giant spider.
Ew.
That's not great.
We were sleeping in here.
Yeah, would have been
Oh.
rude.
Well, that means we got a good hiding spot. Let's go
Yeah.
find him.
Not
I
anymore.
think so too. Let's go. I'm ready to rumble.
Yeah. Let's
How
go to the-
big are the footprints, just out of curiosity? Are they like normal size?
Yes.
Are they like massive? So it's
No.
not like an orc just showed up, right? Okay, good.
Normal sized.
Okay.
They could be orc footprints.
I thought
As-
orcs were
as-
relatively bigger than us.
Not that they might stand a little bit bigger than the average human, but not that much.
Oh, okay.
And they're hunched and everything, right? The orcs of Aikeon, we'll get a picture of them
Okay.
up here for everyone.
All right, well, let's go to the curtain. Let's go do the
As-
curtain call.
As we move to the curtain, I'm going to listen to see if I can hear anything on the other side.
Mhm.
Something wrong with my ear.
You don't
These
even
giant
You
cheeks.
don't
of mine.
you
the
don't even
chains.
have to you don't even have to roll when you get down by the chains. You hear a voice on the other side say, "Just keep your distance from it. It will not harm us if we do not bother it. It serves a
Oh
purpose."
yeah.
And you recognize the voice.
Huh, of course we do.
It sounds like Captain Highhall.
Sounds like Captain Highhall.
Son of a gun.
That's son of a something.
Bastard.
That bastard.
Okay,
What do you
shield
say we-
up.
let's bust it
As you guys
I hide.
sort of prep to whatever's about to happen, you also hear Highhall say, "It has not been turned. They have not risen into the upper levels of the tower yet. We'll have to spread out across this floor and find them."
No, we're here. Okay, so it's a bunch. So I'm thinking we should go back to where we were hiding, because if we open that curtain, they'll be able to swarm us.
We could also bust out through a couple doors at a time.
Guys,
Oh
there's
no,
just
that's a
nothing
terrible
wrong.
idea.
Where are
It's
the
nothing
voices?
wrong.
Can I tell where in the room ahead, generally which direction Highhall is?
He's somewhere. He's maybe 20, 30 feet from the curtain. Like he's not right there at the curtain. He sounds like he's inside the room. But the curtain, just the weave of the chainmail, it's very heavy, and it looks like it might even have a bit of a cloth or leather backing, and you can't see through it.
And he's supposed to be our friend. He might not be talking about us, so we can go in there wary, pretend that we're still friends, and then maybe get surprise on him if he's gonna do something funny. He won't get surprise on us because we're wary, but
Oh, sneaky on him.
All right, you guys want to try that approach? Bluff our way through. I'm all for that.
yeah, my charisma is extra low, so let's do it.
Can I
Decent
sneak,
charisma, I will say.
You
sneak in?
absolutely, Finn. Do you want to see if
Having
you
a
can
hard time.
do you want to see if you can sneak in, Finn?
Like, is the room like kind of dark? Like, am I like? I don't want to walk into a fully lit room out in the open here, but like,
There you can see like torch lights in the next room. Like from the edges of the curtain, you can see sort of like, you know how torchlight is. It's well,
Yeah.
maybe that's an
Oh,
assumption,
yes.
but
Hey, you know.
the light,
Is everyone-
Kind of like that.
the light moves and flickers a bit, right? It's not necessarily a perfect lighting solution.
can I match the motion of the shadows and hide?
Just like running in like woo.
Yeah, do you want to
can't
do you want
see
to do you want to slip into the room there, Finn?
Yes.
me. Do it.
I would
Okay.
like to try.
That's great. Do it.
Like to sneak in, see who's there and what they're talking about.
No do to boot it.
No dude
That's
about it.
extra.
Okay, so as it says that as long as there are shadows and you don't move, you go unnoticed. And then if you're
Yeah.
moving about in those conditions, halflings are seen on a 1 or a 2 on a roll of 6, on a roll of a d6. So I won't count movement of just like slipping past the curtain. So you can move past the curtain and still keep your
Hide
hide
the
out.
shadow.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. I do that. I want to see what's in the room, what's going on.
So,
I want to be right on the edge of the curtain in case anything sounds like it's going wrong.
yep. So I'm just gonna move.
This is every DM's favorite. I'm gonna run back into the kitchen and listen at that door. When I hear a ruckus, I'm gonna come out.
You're going all the way back to the kitchen.
No.
So inside the room, you see Captain Highhall. His weapon is out. He has a longsword. There are 3 other men with him. Two of them are wielding maces, and another one has a bow. In the center of the room, you can see these stairs. Now, this chamber rises to almost 100 feet, and those stairs wrap around a pillar and only rise maybe 20 feet from bottom to top, and then there's just nothing. Like, the stairs wind up and then they just stop. However, there is a very large pole sticking out of the pillar that the stairs wrap around, and there is what appears to be a undead ogre-like creature lashed to the pole that sticks out. And just from looking at it, it looks like if he walks and pushes that post, that the stairs will actually like a corkscrew, and you can only assume that they'll corkscrew all the way up into the tower.
He shall call you Conan.
Now that might have been a live ogre once, but with the curse of the city, you're looking at like a zombified ogre. The men in High Hall are all sort of here at the base of the steps, and they're taking, he's saying to them, just don't touch it, don't bother it, and it won't bother us. There are a number of other curtains here, Finn. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you can only assume that you're in the base of the main tower.
Are they also like the whole heavy chainmail curtains?
They're all those chainmail curtains, correct. So High Hall tells them to spread out, and the 4 of them then begin to move over towards this way to this curtain.
Oh shoot.
Oh.
Not the curtain you guys are at. They're moving over here.
Oh.
And
I saw them.
And they have not noticed you sort of tucked between the curtain and the corner here, Finn. You're like a mouse, a fly on the wall.
Little feet just sticking out.
Is there like a rock on the ground? I grabbed a spoon. Can I grab a spoon?
Yeah, you have.
Kid.
You slide a spoon out of your back pocket, absolutely.
And I chuck
Knew
it
this
at the
would come in
ogre.
handy.
At the ogre?
I chuck it at the ogre.
Okay. Give me a roll. Give me a roll to spoon the ogre.
No!
Oh, there is
Get
something
Ketchup's
I
gonna
never
rot him.
thought I'd ever hear said. Spoon the ogre.
Making me ugly laugh tonight.
Oh, I'm definitely the little spoon.
Finn is a halfling. He's definitely the little
Definitely
spoon.
the little spoon, yeah.
So, do you have a dagger or anything that you can use as a thrown?
I have a short bow attack.
Okay, give me the short bow attack at the short range, so you get the extra +1.
Okay.
And you throw your spoon. Oh, no problem. The spoon flies across and lodges itself in the side of the ogre's head. You hit him. You caught him right in the ear. So your spoon,
Yes.
your spoon is lodged in his ear. He growls and he shakes at the post, and the men like turn back and look, and High Hall goes, "Who touched him? Who did something?" And they're all looking like. And he says, "Best we leave this room. Best we leave this room, and hopefully those lashes will keep him to the pole." At which point, High Hall pushes through this curtain, and the 3 of them very quickly follow through into the room beyond. No, you guys can't hear now. The sounds are too muffled. But Finn, you hear one of the men say to High Hall, "You've been here before. Where do we find them? Where will they be hiding?" He says, "There's a number of nooks and crannies spread out. Check every door."
I open up the curtain and like let the people in and let them know what they said also.
And as you guys move,
I don't think it was to kill us, guys.
as you move through, as you move through the curtain, everyone, you can hear the footsteps of High Hall and his men to out this direction. And as I said, the ogre and the spiral staircase is there.
Is the ogre pushing the pole at all?
He's not. He can't. He's throwing his head about, and then he just sort of comes to a rest again. And you know, he is definitely a zombie and rotten.
Oh, geez, who would put a spoon in that guy's ear? Oh, terrible.
But if we go up behind him and just poke him in the butt with a dagger, that get him going, do you think?
Is the whip?
That would get anyone going.
Is there a whip?
That would get it.
It's me.
Brad's like, another Friday night.
Tetris, bring your rod.
No.
Okay.
Rod
Tetris,
him. Rod
Tetris-
the ogre.
Tetris brings the rod. He sees the ogre. He's
I
Oh.
just want to get us up the tower.
Gross.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe we like all stand at the top of the stairs and the ogre like, you know.
Will chase us. Yeah.
okay. So do you go and do you?
Ogre
Sorry, go ahead.
at the bottom? Is the ogre at the bottom? Is that what?
Yes. So the idea is that where you see the stairs and the pillar, and the ogre would be like standing over here, and then if you think if he starts pushing and walking that around, he's not going to rise, but the stairs will start to turn and they will start to rise, and he'll continue to just walk around the bottom and corkscrew you up essentially.
Slap him.
Okay. They're coming back, so we're either gonna like fall back to the kitchen, or we're gonna go to these stairs, or we're gonna fight them in the hallway. Which one do you guys want to do?
I want to go up.
There's 3 of them and 5 of us, so we could probably take them in a fight.
Stabby.
But we're all pretty kind of banged up.
I was thinking, do we go up the stairs?
What's that?
I was thinking stairs.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. We can sneak up, hit the stairs.
Okay.
I would want to be at the bottom of stairs in a fight, so
I want to take one of my daggers and poke the ogre in the butt.
Well,
In the
okay.
butt?
So Lumen goes around the back of the.
Not getting that involved.
Oh God, no! Oh no!
Go crazy.
Just wanted to move.
So Ketris moves over the steps. You guys move over the steps. People are getting up on the steps. Then is that correct?
Yeah.
So as people get on the steps, Lumen, and you're just coming around to sort of give him a jab. The ogre sort of leans into it and really starts pushing once he sees that there's someone on the steps, and it stop it. Oh my God! And the steps begin to corkscrew up.
Come on, Lumen, let's go.
Go up the stairs.
we go up the
Okay.
stairs.
Yeah, I get on. I'll get on. That looks fun.
That looks fun. Lullaby's like, sure, why not? Ketris jumps
legit.
on, and the stairs begin to spiral up, and almost magically, out of the floor beneath them, like additional steps just begin to come up out of the floor and build themselves, and it just keeps going up and up. However, it is making a fair amount of noise. And you guys are about halfway up, maybe 50 feet of steps beneath you, when High Hall and his men re-enter from the curtains. And he's like, "Get your bows out! Shoot them down!" And we're gonna roll initiative.
Ooh,
Now,
this is gonna be fun.
How far up are we right now?
you're currently 50
50
feet. You're currently 50 feet
Oh
up.
my gosh. All right.
I can't believe I ever thought this NPC was attractive.
Damn it.
Yeah.
You and your
I'm
hot
Annoyed at
face.
myself.
Lumen's like, damn you. We could have had something.
Always the hot ones.
In my
When you,
dreams, there was a
when you're-
future there.
When you're done with the rolling initiative, Jeremy, can you point on the map where the guards are coming out? They're all coming out of this.
Yeah, absolutely.
curtain way,
Absolutely.
right?
Yes, that's correct. They're all coming out of this curtain area here. And you guys are over here. And you're like on the upper part, and it's winding up and up and up. So we're gonna roll initiative. If I can find my initiative button. There we go. So the party has won initiative. The party has won initiative. So you guys actually react first as the men below start to, they're obviously getting their bows out. They're reaching for their arrows, but they have not shot or anything like that yet. So is anyone moving? Is anyone... let's start with moving. Are we all just staying on the steps? The steps, depending on how they're turned, you have somewhere between complete cover and, maybe half cover. Like, they don't get... There's not a clear line of sight unless you move around the steps to make there be a clean line of sight. So you guys will definitely, if you want to stay hidden, you can. That obviously prevents you from firing or attacking downwards at them, but... Would anyone like to move to take a shot?
I would like to move. To take a
So
shot.
we're gonna go through movement, then we're gonna go through range, spell, melee. So movement, is anyone moving to take the shot?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna move to take a shot.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. Anyone
But I'd
not?
like to move up.
Okay, is anyone staying hidden? Nope.
No.
Okay, so everybody's trying to use the steps to at least have a line of sight. You are about 50 feet above, and so the total range to them is somewhere between, about 65 feet, I'm going to say. Okay. So anyone making ranged attacks can go ahead and make those rolls. As I said, it's about 65 feet, so check your ranges on your weapons just to make sure that you have the appropriate short, medium, or long checked. Or maybe you're out of range at 65 feet.
I'm out of range.
Medium. Use your bow. You're not out of range.
I have a short bow.
I have a
Short bow
bow
should be in range.
Okay.
I think it's 50, 100, and 150.
Yeah.
Oh.
My sling. It's medium range for my sling.
I
I'm at
didn't
80
pass
feet.
math, okay?
Give me a
I
break.
can't even
okay?
read numbers.
Give me a break.
Come on.
Okay, so we have some ranged attacks going out.
I
Are
was
we
shooting out bow.
are we shooting at High Hall or are we shooting at his men? High Hall
I'm
does
shooting
not,
at the men with the bow.
High Hall does not have a ranged weapon. It would appear.
I'm shooting at whoever's got a bow. Closest guy to me that's got a bow.
Okay, so that would be his men. All right, so who is? Sorry, Turner. You rolled a
Armor class 12.
That does not hit one of the men. Who's Brad shooting? High Hall or one of his men?
High Hall.
High Hall himself.
I
Well,
shoot
that
High Hall, too.
armor class 1 is definitely a hit on High Hall, and you did 3 damage, and then we have Finn shooting at High Hall.
Yep. 6.
Armor class 6 does not hit.
Boom.
And anyone else using a ranged weapon? No, yes, maybe so. Okay, then we're moving on to spells. Anyone casting a spell?
Yeah, I'm gonna cast shield.
Shield? Okay.
Yep.
And Lumen, what are you going to cast?
I'm gonna use Radiant Beam while I'm in the range.
Nice. And who are you shooting at? High Hall or his men?
Him.
Okay. With the steep angle, you're only going to be able to basically shoot the beam down on one of them. But so he has to make a saving throw, correct? Versus spell, I think. Yeah. Captain High Hall. There we go.
Saving throw versus spells.
He failed. So
Yes!
he takes 4d4 damage.
Damn.
Let's have
Nice.
it.
That's gonna be plenty.
9.
Oh.
Well, he doesn't go down, but he also doesn't look happy.
Oh.
That's the
well,
second hit he took.
And
And
what's up?
there's no melee at this time. So High Hall says, he cries out in pain and he says, "Finish them!" and then sort of retreats back through the chainmail curtain.
Aw, coward.
The other 3 men shoot their bows at you. Shoot their bows.
The best I
Not
can.
the
If I can
arrows,
stand
the
in
bow.
front, I
Shoot the
will. But I
bow.
think that the shield spell only helps me. So
It only helps you? Yeah, so let's
Yeah.
roll randomly to see who takes the shots. I'm trying to remember. I should be able to roll a d5. I think if I /R 1d5. There we go. So that was at Lullaby, actually.
Oh no.
that's sucker. I mean, oh no.
Second shot at Turner. And the final shot at Brad. So
No.
So here comes the arrow. So the first one is at Lullaby. And we get I forgot the modifiers in behind here. Armor class 13, that certainly doesn't hit.
Nope.
And then the next one at Turner. Armor class 5.
Ooh. Just missed. I'm armor class 4.
Nice.
Oh.
Nice.
Ooh. It would have been me falling down the stairs, dead.
Oh boy.
And then at Brad, armor class 1.
Oh.
Which has got to be a hit.
Oh, that's a hit on Brad.
No.
How many
Don't
hit
hit on
points
me.
you got, Brad?
Yes, mines. I said armor class 4. We're playing old school Thaco.
I have 6 hit points.
No.
You have 6 hit points? So
Yeah.
Brad lets out a oof and takes the arrow. Brad, I would like you to roll me a percentile dice. And if you get 25% or lower, you fall off the stairs. You don't roll down them, you fall off them.
How do I roll a percentile dice?
So you go to the dice,
yes.
and there should be a D100.
Okay.
26 or higher, you're okay. You're okay. You fall on the steps. So you take the shot, you fall on the steps. But let's see with the death
I'm
check.
still alive.
Let's see with the death check what we got here.
Uh-oh.
Concussion. Your intelligence
Yes, I gotta
and
do my
wisdom are reduced by 2 for 3 days.
They've already been that way.
No, there's been no change. We're good.
No one notices anything wrong.
It's
Any
actually an improvement.
magical healing
It is.
removes any natural healing removes this effect.
My one eye goes straight.
Oh, what the heck?
Brad 2 to int and wisdom. And okay. And that ends the round. And as this next round begins, Lullaby, you begin to have an episode again. You're everything kind of blurs. You're feeling dizzy. How long does your shield spell last for as well?
2 turns.
What's that?
2 turns.
2 turns. Nice. So that's 20 rounds. That's 20 minutes. And you stumble a bit and lean against the side of the steps there. If you attack this round, I want you to put a -1 penalty on your attacks.
I might just take I just might take a seat.
Okay. So here
So
comes.
I don't fall.
We're gonna roll
I'm no
initiative.
expert.
We're gonna roll initiative again. Here we go. The party loses, so arrows are shot again. Now there's only 4 of you that they can see. So we're gonna go. The first arrow is at Finn. The second arrow is at Lumen, and the final arrow is at Lullaby again. So let's check their stuff here. So the first one is at Lumen. They crit Lumen. They crit.
Oh no.
6
Oh.
six
There we
points
go.
of damage. 6 points of damage. What is happening? You're at 0 lumen?
0. Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a death.
PK.
I'm gonna make a death check here for you. You're the same. A concussion. Intelligence and wisdom is reduced by 2 for 3
That's
days.
not good.
Join the club.
Okay.
Would you guys both get shot in the head?
Yes, they did. They both took shots to the head.
Our heads actually collided together and we both got shot.
That's what happened. It happened to
Lumen, I need you to roll a percentile dice, and on a 25 or lower, she falls.
Oh,
from
don't
the
fall over.
staircase.
Oh boy.
Oh no!
Can I reach out?
Sure. Do you want to reach out?
Yeah, can I reach out to
I'm
like
gonna take a chance. I got a high strength, so.
Okay, listen. You're both gonna reach out. Who has the higher strength?
Mine's
Oh,
a
I'm sure it's him because my strength is 11.
Mine's a 16.
Yeah, he has got the highest.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Lullaby's gonna make a strength check, and we're gonna add a modifier on it for each person helping you. You're gonna get +2. So, but anyone helping will not get an attack this turn. So
Okay, I'm going to sacrifice that.
Okay, so
Am I gonna take a minus for being dizzy and seated, or? And I hate to make it work
yeah,
for
you're
myself,
dizzy.
but
So you're gonna be what's your strength bonus?
That's a 2.
It's a 2. So you're at
16.
okay. So when you roll, Turner's helping you, so you would actually get another 2, but with your dizziness 1. So you're getting only a 1 modifier to it as opposed to a 2 modifier. So when it asks, I think you're gonna have to put -1 because with strength checks and that you're trying to roll under your strength. Success. So Turner and Lullaby, you see Lumen take the shot. It glances off her, her brain bucket, and as she is literally like takes a wrong step as she's going down, and you see her about to fall, and the two of you grab her and pull her back onto the steps. That was only the shot on. That was only the shot on Lumen. So let's do our next shot, which was at Lullaby. We may have acted too quick. Lullaby might not even be there to pull you back on.
I'm there.
You're there. I know you're there.
That's that shield spell. Kaboom.
Running clutch.
Armor class 14, so that's not a hit. And then the final shot was at Finn. Armor class 10, that does not hit.
Yay.
Okay. So, now it's your guys' turn. So Turner and Lullaby pull Lumen back onto the steps. Brad is lying unconscious on the steps. All that's alive is Finn. Well, all that's available is Finn for attacks. What would you like to do, Finn?
Hide.
Hey, are you gonna get down behind the steps so they can't see you?
Yeah, that's right.
Use me as a meat shield.
Absolutely.
I hide behind Brad.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll for initiative now, and for now I'm gonna say that everyone is out of sight because you've pulled friends back on the steps, and so the enemies go first, and they can't see you. They begin to try to round the steps to get a clear shot, but nothing happens. So it's your guys' turn.
We got any heals? We got any
None.
potions?
I got nothing. I used that to get myself up from 2 to 5. Okay, I'm going to ask this stupid question.
Okay.
There is a zombie down there. If I turn it, what does it do?
Who knows?
Yeah, that's a
Who
great
friggin'
question.
knows?
There's the
Because
Macarena.
I'm thinking a zombie. Let me just check this. Let me just check it right now because I haven't done.
Yep.
I've never
Burst into ash?
Yeah, I don't want to turn to ash. What I want to do is to panic and start running around like crazy, like it's trying to get out of the room away from me. If
Okay.
it does that, it gets stairs going up faster and get us the hell out of here. So let me see how this turn thing works. That's my
Or
thought.
it goes horribly wrong and runs away, and then we get stuck.
Not if it's chained. It's not. We're okay.
I think this is good, man. I think it's a great idea.
You
I think
do?
it's, I think it's a solid plan.
I can't find turn. Where's the turn on this? Oh, there's turn on dead.
Yep.
So how does?
I just gotta check the range. I think it just has to be visible to you under the old rules.
Yeah, I know that there's something.
So
if I see it,
when
I
a
can
cleric
destroy it
attempts-
instantly.
Yeah, I don't think you're high enough level for that. You're a second level cleric, right?
Yep.
So you turn zombies on a 7. So when a cleric attempts to turn one or more of the undead, consult the cleric versus undead table, and it just says that there's no range. They just have to be able to see you and your holy symbol.
And
Uh,
do they try to get away, or they just?
yeah, they try to get away from you and your holy symbol.
Okay, so I'm
So-
gonna try.
Pushing that staircase
Okay.
up is.
Now, do you have a turn button on your character sheet? Yes,
Turn
you
dead.
do.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Yeah. So you're gonna roll. You're gonna roll that.
When it's my turn, if we survive this, because they're gonna.
Well, it is your
Don't-
it is your turn. It's the party's turn. So is
Perfect. Then
anyone moving? So Turner obviously is moving so that he can see the zombie. Is anyone else moving to? Oh, thanks, Liching Hour. Thanks for the bits. Much appreciated. So Turner's moving to see the zombie so he can turn it. But is anyone else like Lumen and Brad are both unconscious. So what are Lullaby and Finn doing this turn?
I can't attack, so I'm just gonna maintain my shield the best I can in front of the two unconscious folk.
Okay.
Sorry, concussed folk. They're probably not unconscious.
Okay,
The
so you're
burdens.
and Finn, what are you doing?
How much gold does Brad have in his pockets?
Yo!
How much?
No expert,
How
but-
much gold does Brad have in his pockets?
Oh, you don't even want
There's
to
probably
know.
some gold. There's probably some gold there. Or did some like who were the gems and silver ever distributed?
No,
We left them on. We left them on the body, on Hunter's body.
But the
I'm just kidding. We didn't.
I don't know how much is there, but you find some, Finn, for sure.
Am I noticing that the new guy is pickpocketing one of my friends?
I do it stealthily.
Hey, dude, we're on like a
How
5-foot
kind of
platform.
you.
It's 50 feet in the air.
I like that. We're in the
Lot
middle
of
of a
action-
battle, fighting
lot
for
of
our lives.
action
He's
going
rooting.
on.
He's
A lot
rooting
of
for
action
change.
going on.
Gonna hit a Tim Hortons after with your money.
So you root
I-
through? Are you rooting through Brad's pockets? Desperate times, Finn. You might not get paid.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Does it like? I'm not gonna do it. Someone staring me in the eyes. Does it look like I can
Do
get
I-
away with it?
Assert
Yeah,
dominance and do that.
No, assert dominance. You,
Stare at their soul and
Spoken
pick
like a real cat.
Finn, no one will know. Being a halfling, no one will notice you. Pilfering through. There
I
we
must
go. We
be
find
really
it.
out of it then, because I'm like leaning over their bodies. That's okay. I was just gonna ask for half. So.
Sorry, Brad.
No, you're not.
Okay. So let's do our turn check then.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that. Hopefully, this is gonna work. Do you think it worked really well or really, really badly?
I have faith in you.
I got a 7.
Oh, wait, is that good?
So chance. Oh,
Yeah.
hold on a second. Chance to turn is a 7. Oh yeah. So you did get your 7,
And you turn 7.
and you turn 7 undead. You turn 7
Undead.
zombies. There's only one. So you
Yep.
put your holy symbol down. It catches its eye, and it just begins to
This is great.
freak out and try to get away. But it's lashed. It's lashed to the pole that it's turning the steps up with. So I need you.
Faster.
I'm gonna have you roll this, Turner. Give me a D100 roll, and 1 to 50. It's actually going to accelerate the ascent of the spiral staircase that's winding up like a corkscrew. But if you get 51 or higher, it actually runs the other way, and it's going to start bringing the steps back down.
That would be good too. I mean, going slowly up out of range for all these guys is gonna be
88. Shit, it's coming down.
So it's like
Coming down.
it sees your holy symbol. It's like it tries to run the other way, and the thing starts turning its way back down, and you can see yourself getting closer to the bowman. Let's make another initiative check here.
What's the point?
Oh, I rolled twice. We're gonna take the first one. Party goes first again. So, any progress that the stairs had made, I think I said you were 50 feet up at the beginning of the encounter. So any progress is made it comes down a lot quicker than it goes up. So it's all been lost. So you're back at the 50-foot mark. Who would like to go first?
Well, I'm going to attack those guys. I'm going to hit them with my sling. That's my plan.
Yeah, and I'm gonna throw one of my
I'm a
spears.
short bow.
Yeah. So let me go to my. Gotta set the range here for my. There.
So
it is.
are they
Okay.
50 feet or are they more than 50 feet?
No, they're just a little bit more. We'll say 55 feet because they tried to get around
Okay.
the.
Then they're still at medium range for me because I've got a sling. So I'm going to try to hit them with my sling.
Okay, do it. Oh, that hit. So Slingstone flies down and right off the head of one. And
No,
down.
that wasn't me. That was.
Oh,
that was Finn.
sorry. No, you critically missed.
Yes, critically missed.
You
I got
rolled a one.
I got a natural one.
Total miss. The stone doesn't even close. But Finn, you fall one of the bowmen.
Nice.
I'm gonna
So-
throw my I'm gonna throw my non-magical.
Spear.
Actually, I have a short bow. No, I have a short bow.
There you go.
Why? I picked one up, but I don't think I grabbed any arrows. So I'm gonna throw my non-magical spear. And that's long range for me.
Okay.
So what minus do I get for that? I can't remember.
It'll add it in automatically if you put into the modifier that you're at long range. That's still a hit. And armor class 5, 6 points of damage. It's another kill. So there's only one bowman left. Okay.
I taunt them in Orcish.
Beam. Oh.
He is going to fire an arrow and then run out the flap in the direction.
No morale.
In the direction. I'm not even going to make the morale check. He's running, but he is gonna shoot one last arrow. There's only 3 of you up, so we're gonna roll. Oh, actually, the only one I think that's visible is
Bring
Turner.
it on.
Yeah.
Isn't it Turner?
We all
It'd
did
be
a range.
Turner and Finn, but
Oh, you
Finn's-
all did a ranged weapon. You're right.
Yeah.
So let's put all 3 of you in there. 1d3, and we'll see who gets it. Number 2, Turner. Here it comes.
Yeah.
For the win.
Roll. And modifier here. Submit. There we go. Armor class 7.
Armor class 4. Hit missed.
Excellent. So the arrow flies up but does not hit you, and he slips through the curtain.
Okay. So we got 2 choices. We can go through that curtain to chase him down and kill him and the captain. But we've got 2 teammates that are down that are basically.
Down?
And we've got 0 healing. There's nothing we can do.
I think you guys should go kill them before they come back.
There's
Actually,
only
you know
2 of
what?
them, dude. Let's do it.
Before we do it, Lullaby, grab her spear and see if it'll attach to you. You're a magic user as well.
Oh, that. Yeah. So I tried to pick up the sunstone.
It does.
She's.
It does not detach from Lumen because she's technically not dead.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sorry.
well, it was worth a shot. All right, let's go finish
you
this
pull
off.
at it, Lullaby. You pull at it, and the orb will just not leave her grasp.
Okay, so that really takes like 2 seconds for me to decide that that's not good, and then let's go Han and Chewie and go after these guys.
Absolutely, let's do it. Make a lot of
Are we
noise to
doing
hear
it?
them.
Ah!
we're screaming.
Okay.
Finn, are you coming or are you guarding their bodies?
No, we're going after them.
We're going after him.
Okay, let's
Let's,
go.
let's leave these two unconscious bodies on the ground right next to the zombie ogre.
So you leave
He's
them.
trying to run away.
You leave them on the steps. You come.
You're evil.
You push your way through this chainmail curtain into a very large chamber. There's all kinds of decorative banners hanging, and they're marked by these things here. Can you see those? They're they sort of look like doors against the. Okay, lying on the floor in here is an almost dead Captain Highhall. He's gasping, he's having trouble breathing, and you can see very large burn marks where where her sunray hit him.
Yeah.
Standing over him in a protective stance with his sword out is Captain Highhall's final man. He's like, "You stay away, you stay back, I'll cut you, I'll run you through."
If it's possible for me to, like, in his vision, pull the spear out of his buddy as I'm walking into that room, then I execute
Okay.
that coolness.
So like
I don't know if it's on the other side of
his dead buddy. Well, someone else went through the curtain first. Turner goes through the curtain first,
Okay.
and as the curtain is swept back, this guy sees Lullaby pull the spear out of his dead buddy. No one sees Finn because he's a halfling. And the three of you march into the room, and this guy's just shaking, standing in front of Highhall, and Highhall is like on the ground in really bad shape. Like he's not even able to stand. He's so wounded.
I have my mace out. I look at the guy right in the eye. Go. You have a choice. You can put your sword down and surrender, or you can join your captain dead on the floor. Pick one and pick it now.
Yeah, there's a clattering of the weapon.
Ruthless.
There's a clattering of the weapon to the floor, and he steps back a bit.
Keep your hands up and get on your knee. Hands up behind your head. Put your head on your knees. Now.
He obliges. He obliges.
I go, Finn, watch him. I go straight to the captain. I go, what happened? Why are you here trying to kill us? Who sent you? Who you're working for? Start talking, or it's going to start to hurt.
He starts to
There
talk.
are things worse than death, and you're this close to finding out what they are.
He starts to talk, and like blood is coming out of his mouth, and he just can't get the word out. And then he reaches up to sort of his collar here, and as he pulls his shirt down like this, his armor, you can see an eye tattooed on his pectoralis major.
Nice.
Wow.
What now?
Whoa.
His man boob.
Wow.
You could have just said that.
The moob.
The moob.
This game has just gone to a all too low. His man boob.
Don't promise greatness here, folks.
No. I'm gonna double check on Lumen and Brad.
Yeah, I bet you are.
I separate.
You're like, I'll go check on the others. Check their pockets.
Separate the guard from the captain so that they can't
Okay.
collaborate on their answers. And
So
I'll ask separately, what are you doing here? Why are you following us?
He says the captain said that you had to be stopped, that what you were doing was only going to bring more pain to the people of Marston.
I show the shield and with the eye on it, and do you know that he serves Clava? I'm trying to see I'm trying to judge where his alignment is. So I show him the shield, but I ask in such a way that makes it seem like it's distasteful.
Yeah, you can tell that he, like, suddenly the wheels are turning. That he's thinking about that for a moment. He says, "Well, I don't know." He said that we had to stop you. He said that it was more important than defending the walls.
So I think he's probably trying to keep us from being helpful, don't you think? He's gonna die. You'll never make it back to
he looks at
Marston town by yourself ever.
He says, "I have to go back to Marston. Then the walls, the orcs, they're overrunning it."
You'll never make it back. Your best deal is to stick with us. Why don't you think it over while we administer to your boss I don't think he's gonna make it though. Do you?
He's like, I should have stood up. I should have said something. We shouldn't have come here. Our families, they're all going to die.
Or just sit here for a second. We'll sort it out.
Okay. Turner, what are you doing?
Okay, so
I'm not gonna
again,
punch him in his face or anything, but
I'm with the captain. I'm questioning someone like, why did you come? Who are you working for? How did you get here without unmolested by the demon, by the undead?
He says, molested. Molested is a curious word for tonight.
said molested.
Yes, it is.
So, with that,
Oh boy.
he says,
Where's Jimmy when we need him, man?
he says, I serve the Gorgon Queen, and we followed you here, and through the sewers, you cleared the way for us. The spiders, they're all dead.
And if you were to find us, what were you supposed to take back to her?
He looks past you into the other room. He's sort of like just on his side, looks past, because the sunstone would still be radiating some light.
Yep.
And he says, the stone.
The stone.
It's all...
And where were you supposed to take the stone to? Whereabouts were you going to meet her at? Maybe we'll just take it to her.
He grins. He grins at that. He says, of course, you can take it to her yourself if you'd like.
Oh, absolutely. Where would I have to take it to her? Where would I find her?
He begins to cough, and you can see a little bit more blood coming out, and he says, to the west, to Castle Clava, in the hills of Clavacan, where the orcs now live. And you can tell you're losing them. You're not going to have much more time with them.
Is there any last things that you wish me to? Is there any last rites? I'm gonna ask to take his last confession. You're about to go. Anything you want to confess? You can leave this world.
He tries to get a grin on his face, the blood, and he says, just know that when my men left with me, the orcs almost had the walls breached, and your friends will die with the rest of the people of Marston.
I look him right in the eye and go, you know what? You're going to join him. And that's when I hit him with my mace.
Okay, and there's a resounding like thud that just leaves the hall silent after that. And he is certainly, the captain is not moving.
Yeah, I'm going to start to search him to see if he's got anything else on him, like keys, medallions, jewelry, any weapon. He's got a sword on him, and what else he's got?
His longsword looks pretty good, Turner.
Yeah, a good sword. And what about his armor and stuff like that? Is it pretty sweet, or?
No, it's he's wearing chain and has a shield, but they're just they look pretty run of the mill. Yeah.
Okay.
About a religious symbol or a religious icon.
Nothing like that. Nothing like that.
But the sword's pretty good, though, right?
Oh yeah, the sword looks really good.
Perfect. Okay, I take the sword over. I walk over to where Lullaby is.
Yeah.
Here, I hand him the sword and go, parting gift from our old friend, the captain. I think you might be able to use this. And
like handing it to me.
Yeah, hand it to you to use. Yeah, you're our fighter.
Right now, the bowman that was separated from Captain Highhall, he has seen the error of his ways, so to speak, and has broken down and is mumbling to himself about family and friends, and he should have stood up to the captain. He should have he's sort of tearing himself apart. He's just like oh, I'm so spineless. Why didn't I stand up for myself? Why didn't I stand up for the people of Marston? And you can see he's regretful.
Okay, I go over to the kid right away, put my hand on his shoulder,
Yep.
pull out the holy symbol of tear, and I said, listen. I don't put his hand on. I go, listen. You're a soldier. You were following orders. You're supposed to trust our captain. You're supposed to trust your captain. It's not your fault. He abused his position in his authority on you. Here's how you're going to make it right. You're going to help us get out of here, and you're going to help us put an end to this, so no other family has to go through what our families are going through right now. That's how you're going to make this right. Do you understand me, soldier?
He nods his head, not really energetically, but yes. And again, just like I said to Lullaby, the wheels are turning. He's working. Yeah. You can tell that he's working all this through in his head.
I go, stand up, soldier. Get on your feet. Rucksack on. We're gonna do this, right, soldier?
He nods. He gets up and he nods to himself. Reaches for his sword, which he doesn't have because it's lying over on the floor.
Go get your weapons and come join us.
Okay. He gets his things and he comes over with you.
All right. Then I tell the guys what's going on. How this guy was a stooge for Klavica, and how he was supposed to take the stone and take it to the hills of Klavica where the orcs now are. So apparently the guy's working with the orcs as well. And unfortunately, that he thinks that the walls are pretty much about to be breached. So there's really nothing we can do for the people back there.
Also, remember the information that he has. So they left shortly after you did. And it took you a day to reach here. And then you've had a rest here as well. So the information that he's giving you is like 2 days old.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We can pretty much guarantee that Martian isn't standing anymore. We're going to have to hope that our families got out. Now, the next problem is, what are we going to do with these two? And I point to the two that are down. We're going to have to rest for a day.
Let's get them back in the. Let's get everyone back in the kitchen, maybe.
Yep.
I worked once before, so let's get everyone back in the kitchen. We can just drag them through. You just drag them through the whatever area we're in now. I guess.
Right by the foot.
I'm sorry, not dragging. We'll carefully assist them.
Yes.
And then we can park them in there for a second. We can do a quick little survey of this room to make sure we're not, leaving skeletons unturned. A little freaked out about an undead ogre just kind of wandering in circles, but you're right. This might be a chance for us to take a break.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then also with the bodies too, we probably should move those off to the side so our new friend doesn't get too freaked out.
Yep. So you rest in the tower, the tower's kitchen again. So let's
after we search the big room.
Yeah. So
should we go out to the library and tell what's his face what's happened?
Let's quickly move you around a bit here.
Was on the steps with us.
Yeah, he was. Ketris is with you. So
totally useless. He didn't even offer himself as a target.
Down in here, I'm going to move you quickly around this level here a bit. So down in here, you have this looks to be like a meeting room, and there are this sort of C-shaped thing around the edge of the wall is a very large bookcase. Nothing magical in nature, but a lot of books about the city and the surrounding lands, and chances are that this was sort of where clerks would meet about the business at the tower. Okay. Out here, these are the front doors to the tower where I am now. If you can, as I jump. So this is the front entrance to the tower. There's another crystal statue here. The square is the pedestal for another crystal statue, and around the north and south are these massive tapestries. The northern tapestry depicts Clava standing atop a fortress, and all kinds of looks like they could be orcs, but they're just armored soldiers gathered around the base of the castle, and it's just sort of like, oh, look at our wonderful, And the southern tapestry has a circle with 5 symbols around the outside of the circles. Each symbol, Ketris tells you, is the mage mark or the arcane mark of the 5 wizards, the 5 archmages. Okay. Then over here we have... There's no encounters left on this floor, so I'm just fast-tracking us here a bit. Oh, is that door... That door's already open, maybe. Yeah. So this room, it looks like a clerk would have slept here. There's a bed. There's a small table. Perhaps sort of the doorman, because it's relatively close to the front door, or someone who just maintained the tower, most likely. This is a servant's quarters, but it's not like low-level servant. It's high-class servant. There's a wardrobe here, a bed with a small chest at its foot, and a table and chair, desk and chair.
Oh, we gotta search the chair and the desk and the foot.
Okay. When you open the chest, there is clothing tucked, folded, and kept. There is and a lot of the clothing is sort of official looking stuff that a servant of a lord or lady would wear, and the eye is embroidered in a number of places on a number of pieces of clothing.
Now this speaks to me somehow. Like I need to take some of this. I've been trying to build this kind of accoutrement so that I can, pass myself off as a bad guy.
And these are not tattered and torn like the robe downstairs, Lullaby.
I am on it. So I take whatever I can carry.
Yeah.
If it looks like it fits. If it doesn't, I wouldn't. But if I can just bluff and earn like 5 seconds of confusion for wearing it, then that's what I'm going to do.
And there is a pouch with 50 gold in the desk.
Looks like Finn is paid after all.
Yep.
Oh yes, he is.
All right. So that concludes our tour of the main level of the tower. So you guys rest in the kitchen again?
Yeah.
I think so, because of the ogre.
Yep. Okay. So who's taking all the same people as before?
Yep.
Well, there's just the 3 of us.
Okay.
We're going to try to let the 2 concussed folks rest.
All right.
Yeah.
The guard
Get lots of
guy,
sleep.
he gets no shift by himself where one of us is.